Okay, so I'm right out in front. This is a little cul-de-sac short dead end, and it's a row of townhouses on both sides. These were all built back in the early 90s, and this is the one that's currently for sale. There's a single car garage, a paved driveway coming up, some nice landscaping with a paver concrete walkway coming in here. This is very simple. This is all looks to be pretty much xeric, meaning low water requirements in this front bed. I don't see any signs of irrigation. There is a hose back over there, so this is kind of stuff that really can survive almost on its own with a little bit of rain, but it would like to have some additional water if possible. Looking at the electric meter, the telephone box, looks like the roof might be a TPO. It's hard to tell from here, but it probably has been updated. That box that you can kind of see on the top, that's the swamp cooler, or the evaporative cooler, as we call it here. You have your gas meter right behind this big bush, and then the entrance, little portal area, has some cool security gates on it with the Zia symbol. So it's just a small area to sit here, and it kind of gets chopped up a little bit by this security stuff. I don't have the key to that, but I imagine that's probably the hot water heater and the boiler. So your mechanical room. I have a feeling that this house used to be a rental because it has things like that, and there's other like little notes and things inside that are leading me to believe it was a rental. So this door takes you into the garage. Not huge, but I suppose you could squeeze a small car in here. Electric panel back here. There's a little bit of extra room here in case you needed to add a hot tub. So it's original to the house. I can't really see. It's possible it's 100 amp service, but it's fine. It's suitable for what this house needs. Garage door opener, and then whatever this funky thing is. Let's see. Oh, so that is a timer for irrigation system, but that's pretty old. I'm suspecting that does not work anymore, but cool to see nonetheless. So we'll enter into the house. It's a little bit loud. Like I said, the swamp cooler's on right now. There's another steel gated door here that probably maybe had a screen on it at some point, or something's missing here, it seems like. Okay, come in. We've got saltillo tile throughout the house. Very nice, high ceilings. There's skylights throughout the house too, and some really kind of cool light fixtures. So right away, there's a small bedroom here as you come in. It's a little bit dark because the light is not working. It's got this one window here that goes out to right where we just were. A decent sized closet. This is a pretty small room, maybe 10 by 12, make a good office. And then it's kind of weird that they ran the conduit on the outside of the wall here, but my guess is that's because that is adobe. Oh, there's the light. Now the light works. It's mentioned in the description that it's partially adobe, so I don't know what that means exactly, but that's probably why that electric conduit line was there. That thing is working hard. It's really kind of corroded and stuff, so I would replace that vent and probably replace the swamp cooler too. My guess is it's probably close to original, and those things aren't really meant to last for more than 20 or 25 years. Kitchen is kind of on the small side. It's a galley kind of thing, but it is open to the primary room, which is nice because it's got a pass through here. If you're cooking, people can chit chat with you. This is all original. I am 100% sure of that. Cabinets, countertops that are tile, some cool old school blue tiles on them. This is an electric range. I'm not gonna try to see if there's a gas stub out back there, but this is electric, just so you know. And it's probably not vented. If there's some sort of a hood or something like that, it's not. Kind of low, seems like, too, the way this microwave is set up, but so that's from 2010. So these have been updated along the way. It's a Whirlpool dishwasher that looks like it's hardly ever been used, and a matching Whirlpool refrigerator with the ice maker that appears to be working just fine. This also is nice and clean. I mean, you could move right in here and put your groceries in there right away. Got some other cabinets and things. All the spare keys. You know, so it's a little rough around the edges, but it works. You know, it works for what it is. Got a little storage area here, which is nice. Another upper one. Okay, so the front bedroom and this bedroom both share this bathroom. So it's a full bath, single sink with a tub. They do have some grab bars on there and another skylight. This sink seems rather low to me. It's definitely not like a standard height sink. Interesting. Toilet back there in the corner, also with a grab bar. And then you have a little medicine cabinet here. It's cute, it's functional. There's the laundry right here. Washer and dryer. They look a little bit older, but I suppose if they still work, what's the point of replacing them, you know? Or you can replace them. That would be entirely up to you. I like the little arches and stuff. There's some nice touches. It's you know, solid wood doors. I'm not quite sure what that little round thing is on there. Oh, it used to be a lockout, I guess. Huh, interesting. Okay, this is a little bit bigger, this bedroom, a little bit brighter. This nice big window here too. I'm gonna probably guess that these windows have been replaced. They don't look like they're from 1990, but I'm gonna go ahead and lock them because they're unlocked right now. You do have your telephone jack and a closet. This looks like maybe it goes on the front door. That's probably what I was seeing that was missing. And maybe this too. That's a decent closet. There's an access panel back there that goes to where the tub is. It's probably where we could see the radiant heat, and that has been already identified as being Entran 2, which is not one of the desirable ones. There actually was a class action lawsuit about it. They discontinued making it. A lot of people got a lot of money, and a lot of people took the money and pocketed it, and then they didn't fix the radiant heat. There's no way to fix it. You can't fix it. So you have to, this house would be a good candidate to abandon that radiant heat system and put in mini splits. That way you have cooling and heating. You don't have to listen to that super loud evaporative cooler going all the time. There's another skylight. I think that has some sort of a tint to it or something because it's coming in sort of yellowish. This is a nice room, so you would probably do a dining room table like right in this area because there is like a chandelier kind of thing there. And then your living space would be over here. That's a wood-burning fireplace, really cute, kind of sexy, I might say. And you have some really nice high ceilings here with beams. So overall, this, you know, is something that has a fair amount of quality and uniqueness built into it that you normally wouldn't find in something like this in this price range. Some nice built-in wooden shutters. Those are called sombrajes, in case anybody wants to go look it up. and they work pretty good. It just got really dark in here. So I'll open up some brajes, go check out the backyard in a minute, which is perfectly acceptable and cute, low maintenance. I should mention that there's carpeting in all the bedrooms. This is an older style Berber carpet. This could be pretty old, honestly, but it looks to be in just fine condition. Once you put furniture and stuff in here, you're not gonna notice those little holes and stuff. That's where the bed was. So you're looking out here in the backyard, which is very nice. This is facing south, so probably gonna be the best light in the whole house. Considering it's a townhouse and you don't have windows on two sides of the house, the east and the west side, you know, having that natural light is pretty important. You'll notice that window's cracked a little bit. That's done on purpose to help draw that cool air from the evaporative cooler into the different parts of the house. It's probably why those windows were unlocked in the front of the house too. So kind of old school heater. Gives me, yeah, okay, so there's a lockout right there. Almost like this was like a owner's suite or something. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Again, master bedroom closet. This has a lock on it. I don't know why. This is decent. Pretty good size. Couple of built-ins and some hooks. Some shelving. It's very clean. I don't think you would even need to paint anywhere in here. It's really in pretty good shape overall. And then the second bathroom, it's very similar to the first one. It's got a cool skylight right there, which is nice. They really went above and beyond on the skylights, but I guess you kind of have to when you don't have windows on two sides of the house. Full bath again with the grab bars, the safety bars, safety handles, and they are definitely like secure on there. I mean, that would even probably hold me up. And then you've got a little vanity here, sink area with one sink and another similar medicine cabinet. Yeah, overall, it's a great little house. Now let's check out the back. There's a pretty unusual feature here. Hopefully I can get out here. I've not seen before, and I'm really curious to learn more about it. There we go. So, nice portal. Kind of blocking the sun too from that hot afternoon sun. You have a flagstone in half. The other half are rocks. So, there's a water spigot. There's a hose holder. The windows look great. Might need to replace that screen. The stucco looks pretty good. There's a couple of places I'm seeing where the top coat is peeled off. That's really more of a cosmetic thing than anything else. Ultimately, maybe you want to re-stucco. It's not a whole lot of stucco to deal with. You're essentially talking about two walls, this one and the what's going on in the front. It probably wouldn't be too expensive to re-stucco the house. There's some irrigation lines there. There's nothing growing. But maybe they once had a little garden out here. It's nice that there's a cottonwood here, and it looks to be pretty healthy. Somebody's been maintaining that, and I'm pretty sure that's a cottonwood. So you could really dial this in back here, and if you had a couple of dogs, you would be able to fit them, no problem. But this is this common area, open space that is... Hold on a second. It's only accessible by these few houses here on the right-hand side. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause the video because I can't get this lock open, but give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, so that was a two-handed job. I couldn't do that one-handed. Very sweet. Very sweet. Got the party lights out here. There's a hangout area with a little shade It's like your own private dog park. That's essentially how this is set up. Okay, so there's a gate there. And there's, okay, so that house there accesses it. That house there accesses it. Where I just came from accesses it. And then that one and that one. So there's like maybe 6 people. And it's fully fenced. There's a hammock over there. There's a couple of really nice trees for shade. That's another cottonwood right there, I think. So if you have dogs, this is perfect. And my guess is that some of the neighbors also have dogs, and they probably all hang out here in the evening and such. And it's been maintained. There's not a lot of huge weeds growing up or anything like that. There's a doggy bag situation. Okay, so now this is a sidewalk, like path that goes down back to the road. So my guess is that everybody who lives on this cul-de-sac, on this street, is allowed to come over here and use this area here. Definitely a bonus. And this is locked. So that neighborhood over there, which is San Marcos neighborhood, different kind of setup, is not able to use this whole area here. And I think there's a little bit of a HOA fee here, so I'm gonna try to pull that up as I walk around. Let's see. Yes, there is an HOA. It's $300 a year. It says there appears to be a Paseo de los Pueblos HOA and a smaller association for the street itself. Okay, so that's correct. The HOA for San Marcos, Pueblos del Sol, is active, and it's something like $25 a year, if I recall. The last time I sold a house down here, we were all just kind of laughing about what, I mean, that's basically the cheapest HOA anyone's ever heard of before. And then this little street probably has a little bit tied on, in addition to the main one for the whole neighborhood. So, and that basically just includes common area maintenance. I don't know if that includes this stuff in here too, or if this is just maintained by the people who live here. So that is a real wood burning fireplace that we were looking at before. They have a super high chimney on that, but those things were, those Kiva fireplaces like that, they originally, when they built them, they didn't build them tall enough. They didn't have enough draft. So a lot of cases what you would find is that there would be a lot of smoke damage in the house because the draft wasn't big enough. But they fixed that here because they put a big 2 like extra blocks, and then it has the spark arrestor on the top. Okay, so that's about it. Cute little place. I would say move-in condition. It's a little bit dated, but it is what it is. It's got a lot of nice features to it. And if indeed it is adobe on these exterior walls, that means you're not gonna hear your neighbors. Okay, let me just see. Yeah, that's adobe. That is definitely adobe on that wall. That's frame. So the internal walls are all frame. The shared walls with the neighbor is adobe. Yeah, you can just hear it. That's solid, and it might even be double adobe, so each side has its own wall. You're not gonna hear those neighbors at all. So that's a big bonus. That's about it. I'm gonna sign off. If you have any questions, give me a call, 505-570-1422. Bueno, bye. Just want to show driving out in the neighborhood. I just did a Google Maps to Santa Fe Plaza. It's 4.7 miles and it's 16 minutes. There's a couple routes that you can take to get there, but I told you 15 minutes before, but it's 16, so I was off a little bit. So you're not going to have any through traffic on this little street, which is nice. It's just going to be the people who live here. This is Paseo de los Pueblos. It's the main entrance to the subdivision. There is an elementary school back down there called Piñon Elementary. And I expect that it's mostly kids from this neighborhood, but there could be kids coming from other neighborhoods that would be driven by their parents or whatever. That would be causing a little bit of extra traffic in the mornings and in the afternoons. We're right across from the Santa Fe County Fairgrounds and the rodeo grounds. So on the right here is the fairgrounds. They have definitely some things going on there throughout the year, and then the rodeo only happens once a year, but they use that for other things too. So you will find that there's some events and traffic going on. And this is Rodeo Road. So if you go where that bus is headed down that way, that's heading south towards Zaffarano. All your shopping is down there. You've got Albertsons, Target, Best Buy, Total Wine, all that stuff is down there. And just literally like a couple of blocks on the other side of the county fair building, which is, oh, that's happening. It's happening this weekend. Cool. Is the Chavez Center. That is the community health center. They have a pool, they have a hockey rink, they have workout rooms, a gym, all kinds of gym equipment, stuff like that. And yeah, I haven't been in there in a long time. All my kids play hockey, so we were there all the time when they were little. And then this is Rodeo Road heading back to the east. You can see the mountains there. Those are the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. And Rodeo Road, if you stay straight on it, will cut all the way up and meet with Old Pecos Trail and take you out like by Harry's Roadhouse and stuff like that. Or it cuts you back in towards town where the other Albertsons is up on Zia, and also Zia Station, which is the park and ride for the commuter train that takes you to Albuquerque. And very important to know, there's a Blake's Lottaburger up here. So if you need a big old green chili cheeseburger, it's right there on the corner. There's also Joe's Dining in that in this little shopping mall up here, which is really nice. They've been there forever. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then there's a little coffee shop in there too. I think it's Tribes. Can't remember the name of it exactly, but... And then there's a few other little shops, like there's a jewelry store in there. There's a flower shop. That's all right along in there. So you're really got a lot of amenities here. You know, being, 15 minutes to the plaza is not, the end of the world, because you don't really go to the plaza unless you're going down there to see some live music or do some shopping or whatever. This used to be considered way out of town, this whole area, but it's really actually very central at this point anymore. You have good access to I-25 going south. You have all that shopping south of you, like I mentioned, but you can still be downtown in 15 minutes. And as far as road noise goes or anything like that, that little townhouse is really kind of set back in there nice. It's got good privacy. You don't really hear the road at all that I noticed. So it's a nice quiet little street. Actually, I've never been on that street before. Those are kind of cool. So that tells me too that those don't turn over very often. That's a pretty stable neighborhood, as is all of Pueblos del Sol, actually. Now that I come to think of it, it's very desirable little neighborhood. Park Plazas is right next to it. A lot of people really like Park Plazas too. Pueblos del Sol has got a little bit of a less of an HOA influence, I would say. That could be one difference between those two. Anyways, that's about it. I'm gonna sign off. Again, bueno, bye.